Welcome to the Shellanomics podcast, your source for pure Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles entertainment, presented by King Mikeys.
Number 100. Yes, and dudettes, Major League Butt Kicking is back in town. We are here with our main man, Joey, a.k.a. NinjaToitles, one of the world's most famous Ninja Turtle fans out there in the Turtle universe. What an honor to have him as a guest for number 100 on Shellanomics. Dude, we're going to be talking Mikeys. I'm excited to have you here. So, as we get started, what's your origin story of Turtles? I think we're close to the same age. I was born in 84, so I was blessed to grow up in Turtle Mania. So how about yourself?
Yeah, same, dude. I was born literally right at the end of 83, in December of 83. So, yeah, it was probably 87, 88, man, when that cartoon, dude, hit the TV. That stuff blew me away, man. I was just like, I was hooked. And I think right before that, too, was just seeing the action figure. My first action figure was a Leo, and it was the first time, I think, I was into Ghostbusters, I'm sure He-Man and stuff like that at the time, but I was just obsessed with the card art, dude. I just remember, like, it was the first toy I kept, like, the cardboard, just because I wanted to look at it all the time and, like, read it, and, the rest has been history for sure.
And those good old pizza points, man. Pizza points.
Yes.
So dope. So let's fast forward a little bit here now. We've been fans for a long time. Later in this episode, guys, if you're new to Shellanomics here, we're going to be talking about our top 5 Mikeys from all the universes, comics, TV, whatever you name it, you got it. But let's talk a little bit more about NinjaToitles. Now, for those who don't know where Toitles came from, feel free to let everybody know and inform them where Toitles came from.
Yeah, it was my favorite goons of all time, dude, with Rocksteady and Bebop. And I think it was really the 1989 arcade game, dude, when, the first boss is Rocksteady, dude. He comes through from the Technodrome and it's just like, say your prayers, Toitles. Like, that always hooked me, dude. And I just thought it'd be like a fun play on it. And yeah, been working on that since it.
Gosh. So what was your calling or inspiration to have your own Instagram following? We've been a Turtle fan like myself for a very long time, but you started these pins, and how did it just snowball into what it is present day 2025?
Yeah, dude. Originally I made it as strictly as just a fan page because I was blown away how much turtle artwork I could find and how it kept like being refreshed. Like I look up some other stuff, man, and after like a while, it's just hard to find new art on certain IPs and stuff. And like seeing Turtles, I was like, man, there's such great art out there. I just wanted to get it to people and make sure that people knew who the artists were, that were creating this stuff. And after a while, I started having companies like, asking if they could sell me their product and push it out. And I was like, sure. And then I was looking at some of it and I was like, dude, some of this, I was like, some of it was super dope. And some of it, I was like, man, I'm just not a fan. But I was like, wait, dude, I have so many ideas. And I think that's been the beauty of the internet is I've had the amazing opportunity with working with artists literally throughout the whole world on designing different pins, doing different artwork, just collaborations in general. Because there's just so many damn, talented people in the world right now.
And what's great too is you remind me of another guest we had, TMNT Van, and he said about 5 times in the podcast we did, he loves putting smiles on people's faces. And I guarantee you, Joey, if you could do this for free, you would do it for free. The money doesn't even matter, just because you just love making people smile and just finally somebody actually appreciates technology. I understand there's a lot of backlash once in a while, but I'm with you, dude. Like, we have been able to connect with so many people around the world from, Facebook groups, Instagram. How did you, actually, I guess if you don't mind, what's the day in the life for your social media? Because you are, not going to get on your high horse, but you have been booming with this. You're almost at 100,000 followers on Instagram, which is incredible.
Thank you.
You're on there posting, like you're doing the work. You're trying to respond to everybody's comments. So how do you do it all and keep a positive attitude with everything, man?
It's hard, man. It's getting harder and harder. Like I'm a husband, I'm a father. I have 2 small kids. I have a 40 to 45 hour, full-time gig outside of this as well. So it's tough. I think one thing I don't fight is when I just get pumped about something, whether, like you said, whether I don't even care if people will like it or not in that moment, but like if a couple people get to take a look at something and they're like, damn, that's pretty dope. Like I'd rather have, some true people that are, into the different weird stuff that I'll try to make. Cause again, I will always want to post stuff that I'm a fan of or, make pins that I like. I never really want to put my name behind something that I'm not, as proud of making, but yeah, it's tough, man. Like, again, I'll try. I have a lot of drafts, dude. I think I have like 30 gigs. Instagram even told me, it was Instagram or TikTok was like, you have 30 gigs of just drafts of just stuff, just like ready to go. Some of it's old, some of it I may never post, some of it's like new, but anytime I have any ideas, I'll just try to knock it out, save it as a draft, and just try to, figure it out from there.
Now, do you have a routine you go through every day? I'm trying to get there because I know it's bad to check 5,000 times a day. They got that great book. I think it's called like the 5 or 9 hour work week. So you have a routine like how you do your Instagram? You just check once a day, or are you just typed and you're just like, you're on there with stories, commenting, writing on people's posts. You're interacting a lot on there.
Yeah, I think the feed and the recommendations has gotten a lot better, at least for my page. I mean, sometimes like my stuff's like a ghost town for months, and then all of a sudden, I have a lot of folks on there. So I think, with what Instagram's been recommending to me, there's just so much shit that I've been finding that I was like, dude, I didn't even know this existed. I didn't even know who these people were. So to be honest, the only time I really have to myself to do it is probably late at night when, the kids are in bed and, an hour or two before bed for myself before I got to get up for the next day. And then, when I'm at my full-time gig, I'll check on like my breaks or like lunches and things like that. But I try, there's some days where I was like, man, I was on this like way too much. Yeah. And then there's other days I was like, dude, I was barely on. This is awesome. So it's like, trying to find that sweet balance. But like I said, if I come up with an idea of something that I just think is funny or something I think looks good, I'm just going to try to jump on it because I'm going to forget it. Or, there's just so much like in the pipeline I'm always trying to do.
Especially in the line of turtles. It never ends. It's a great time to be a fan right now too. Just everything's still booming. So can you tell us, I guess, just a couple of your favorite pins that, have either been famous or just some that you're really proud of that just came to be?
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, the first one actually reminded me, the first pin I ever made, and I was like, damn, I don't think I have it here with me right now, was a Pizza Point pin. Because I was like, man, we used to literally like cut these up as kids, and like we did nothing with them, dude. They were in a little sandwich baggie, I think. But that was the first pin I ever did. I did that back in like 2018, 2019. And that was a lot of fun. And that was the first actual soft enamel pin that I ever made. I mean, dude, there's just some crazy stuff. Like, let me see what I got.
Yeah, feel free.
See what we can pull up. I'm trying to think of, hold on a second. I got so much junk like everywhere.
Hey, that's part of being a Ninja Turtle fan. It comes with the territory, man. That's just anybody who's been a Turtle fan and Turtle Mania knows when you're a collector or anything, you have to have it all. We were before Pokemon pretty much with that craze on how you got to collect everything. So,
dude, you are not kidding, dude. Damn, where did I put this other one? Oh, here we go. And bear with me here. I think my headphones just disconnected for some reason.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Let me get those back.
You're good, loud and clear, my guy.
Cool. Hold on 1 second here. My bad. There we go. So this is what I've been doing as of the last like maybe 2 years is almost every pin I make, I do a NinjaToitles variant of it.
Oh, wow.
So I used to keep every pin that I made. And then after a while, I just was like, you know what? I just want to keep the variants that I've done. And again, this is just, I've worked with so many amazing artists. It's insane. Like one of my favorites here, this is from Baducci Studios. So that dude's out in Australia. We made a last Slimer pin. So he's dressed like the last Ronin. He's got all the weapons. Yeah. And then we did 2 color variants. So we did like a true like green Slimer, and then we did a pink NinjaToitles one. Shout out to Shell Shock Studio right here. This is another one we did recently. This is from My Pet Monster, but it's My Pet Toitle. So again, I know I still got I have your name down in my list for care packages. So a lot of these you're going to be getting for sure.
Oh man, I can't. So I want to ask you too, why pins? Before pins, there was people, and some still to this day collect stamps. So why pins? Just because they're small and easy to collect?
Pins? Yeah, I used to have a clothing company with some buddies a long time ago. And one of the biggest pains in the ass really was the overhead. So with pins, again, I had some companies hitting me up with pins, and I was seeing how quick they were selling them. And I was like, dude, I have so many ideas. I've met so many amazing artists through this page that I'm like, I wonder if I can collaborate with some people and make it. And then I was just getting a lot of amazing feedback. I mean, again, I wouldn't have done pins for as long as I have if it didn't go so well in the beginning, because I just got such great feedback, and people are like, they love it. They're like, this is original. They're like, it's not like something you get like at Target or Walmart that they just sell to the masses. Yeah. Like something that's always bugs me when you go out to like a Target or Walmart and they release something new for the Turtles, it's always like Leo and Raph, and it makes me insane because I'm like, Mikey's my favorite, Donnie's my number 2. I'm like, you never see them, dude. It's like they always test their products with Raph and Leo first, or maybe that is the
could be the Chicago way.
Yeah, maybe that's the demographic. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's a lot more Leo and Raph fans than I thought, but yeah, the overhead was great. So again, it doesn't take up too much time, too much space. And like I've said before, the moment this turns into a job is the moment I'm going to stop doing it. So,
all right, you're gonna have to share one of your secrets here since this is episode 100. What is your way of shipping to keep costs down?
I mean, I live in my local post office, dude. Like I just live there, dude. It's funny. I took this for granted, man. Just getting a heat printer. I don't know if I'm saying that right for labels.
Okay.
Dude, I couldn't believe how much ink I was wasting beforehand, dude. Like
Ooh.
With these heat printers, dude, all I'm buying is labels. That's it, dude. And it just heats on the actual, like, I was like, this was so stupid, dude. I just buy rolls of, printing labels from like Amazon. And I've had this printer now for probably 4 or 5 years, dude. Knock on wood. It was like $60 from Amazon.
Wow. Good investment there. That's why I say, because I'm just curious again, if you get orders left and right, and again, they're, I don't know, like it'd be $5, $50 that they vary in price. And thank you for that tip right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
We've got 2 more questions before we start getting into our main event of the Mikeys here. So, like myself, you're in Chicago. So have you met any turtle celebrities? I'm sure you have. If you have a favorite story to share, feel free to do so.
Yeah, dude. I probably my favorite story was meeting Townsend Coleman, who did the original Mikey voice from the early 80s or late 80s, excuse me. I met him here at C2E2 in Chicago. I want to say, 2021, I think, or 2022.
Okay.
And it was great because it wasn't my intention. I made actually 4 care packages for all of the original Turtle guys. And I went to the front of their line and I was like, I don't want anything. I just want to give this to you guys. Like, thank you for everything you've done. And at the end of, I think the first day, that Friday at C2E2, like he had nobody in his line. I think they were about to close up in like 15 minutes. And I was like, dude, when am I going to have this opportunity? And my brother-in-law recorded it. And I mean, it was like a 3-minute conversation. He did the Mikey voice like halfway through. And it was just so nice meeting him, man. Like so down to earth, so appreciative. So that really hit me.
Yeah, I met them in 2019. And I mean, now I kind of feel bad for collectors just because autographs and whatnot are through the roof. And it's not the celebrity's fault. It's the status of their company's charging. I mean, I got to meet these guys at Wisconsin because I was like, probably a little cheaper than Illinois. And you said it, dude, just how caring all 4 of those guys are.
Yeah.
You don't feel rushed. They talk to you. They'll give you a hug because they just know the joy that we got as kids from these guys. Pretty much 7 days a week. If we weren't watching them on TV, we were watching them on a VHS tape or, whatnot. So that had to be so cool just to, Townies, all 4 of them are just phenomenal human beings as well. We couldn't ask for better. And how they're giving back to us as fans at their age. They're still going to cons. They were just at a con, like a horror con in Chicago a couple of months ago, and they were just in Indianapolis.
Right.
So.
In May, I think it was, right? May
Day
that.
of Dead or something like that. Just it's really cool. They give back. And one more question for you here. We're going to we're doing this recording now, and it's going to be over the Kickstarter. But not only do you do pins, where in the world is this again, guys? I want you to check out NinjaToitles on Instagram. We're going to plug everything if you stick around till the end. But he's got something here that is probably the best of both worlds. It's some sort of cheese and the Ninja Turtle badass Casey Jones. So where in the world did this Queso Jones come from?
Dude, so I'm just riding the coattails, man. I am just, dude, again, you see some people post some stuff and like, again, when I repost something, it's not because I'm bored. It's not because I'm like, whatever. It's if I repost anything or repost a story, it's because I'm like, dude, this is super dope. Everyone needs to check this out. And then, just seeing the collaboration and the work between Toys on Tap and More Horrific. More Horrific's the artist behind it. And I think they've teamed up with some other people, I think with Dimension X Toys as well, and some other folks. But I was just promoting the hell out of it. And then they were like, Abe from Toys on Tap was like, yo, dude, I want to send you the prototype so we can show it off. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, we did a couple Instagram lives. I got to showcase it. I had it here. I just shipped it out to him probably about a week ago. And then he announced it on a live. He said, you know what? He's like, we're going to do 100 NinjaToitles variants. And it like blew my mind. So not only, again, are there different variants you can choose from, like your traditional pizza as well, but there's a true NinjaToitle. It's called NinjaToitles Supreme. And then I've been letting everyone know, anyone who backs that specific one on Kickstarter, I'll be sending them a $20 gift card to for NinjaToitles.com. So yeah, dude, I don't even want to use the words of, C. Jones and Star Wars and all that stuff, but yeah, think of Casey, covered in pizza, carbonite. The best way to check it out is just to go on Kickstarter, man. I don't even want to say anything else. I just want people to take a peek.
Yeah, exactly. And check out your daily story. Like I say, that's what's beautiful about your Instagram is you're always on there. If you're not posting, you just check out the stories. All right, it's time to talk Mikey here. Now, we're doing a breakdown with all 4 turtles. We've already had Justin on for Leonardo. Depending on when this gets released, we should have Raphael and Donatello done. But me and you are big Mikey guys, so this is going to be obviously my favorite episode. So for you, why was it always Mikey, and why?
Yeah, dude, it was. I think it's been Mikey since day one. I think one of my favorite parts about Mikey was always how he could just be a goof and be silly, play jokes, and have fun, but kick ass at the same time. Like, I thought that was just like, as a kid, as like a 5-6-year-old kid, I was like, man, you could just like have lots of fun and kick butt. Like, I remember just being so sold on that, right? You're talking about ninjas, you're talking about pizza. And then orange was my favorite color. That was probably like the cherry on the sundae as a kid, is that orange was already my favorite color kind of growing up. So again, watching the 87, 88 cartoons, I dug all the turtles, but man, Mikey always spoke a lot to me for sure.
And he was just always so upbeat. You know what I mean? Like, it was really hard to see him ever down in the dumps. So
yeah, absolutely.
Let's see here. So we do a little honorable mention here first with our Trish. We started with Justin. I'm a streamer on Twitch, so we do a lot of video games. So for me, my favorite Mikey in the video game realm is Mikey from Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project. That kangaroo jump is so sick. And years later, I figured out, Joey, from friends on Twitch, that special actually hits the hardest. So Mikey definitely slaps. Awesome. Raphael's got the cool tornado drill, but Mikey's special can dominate. So you got a favorite Mikey in the video game realm?
Dude, and again, I'd have to shout out to the 89 arcade, man. That was like my introduction to like Turtles. I'm pretty sure I played like the first one on NES at a friend's house because my first console was a Sega Genesis, so I didn't have a Nintendo or even a Super Nintendo at that time. But all my friends did in my neighborhood. And just the first time I ever played that game was at an actual arcade. And it's funny, I know it's on film. I have footage from like 1989 of my dad with his camcorder filming me playing it, dude. And I'm pretty sure I found the tape. So I'm trying to send it to a website so they can digitize it.
Yeah.
So I can post it up. But I just remember playing that. It was the first time I ever saw the arcade game. My dad gave me some quarters. I picked Mikey, and I was like, holy, this blew my mind, dude. Blew my mind.
Did you ever think, I say it all the time when I'm on Twitch or just hanging with buddies, did you ever think we'd live in a world where you could play that in your own house? That game? I mean, isn't that madness with people around the globe?
Absolutely, dude. I mean, back then you're like, it'll never look better than this, and I got to go to an arcade to see it.
Yeah. I never thought I'd see that. It's just, and you get it on the Cowabunga collection. It's like, I don't know now, maybe $20, and it's all the quarters we save now. All those quarters.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the investment now.
Exactly. Let's go to the toy realm real quick. So this one has always been my fave. Mr. Cool, Mr. Cool Dude himself here with the rapping mic. This one always spoke to me. I always had this one as a kid. I used to bring this with me where I'd go out and stuff, kind of like how Andy in Toy Story would bring his toys around. This one was always mine. Did you have a favorite Mikey toy growing up, or even present day NECA? They do a phenomenal job too.
Well, dude, what I have to show you here, man. Let me move. I got to unplug some stuff for a moment here. Give me a second.
Oh, no problem. We'll give this grand tour.
And I got to fix a couple things because I got to change some of the magnets. But I don't know if you can see these guys right here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever followed the page Ember Twist.
Oh, no, I have not. Let's
Dude, look him up, man, because he made me all 4 of these custom turtles. I mean, dude, these guys are probably 16 to 18 inches tall.
Is that
he made me a custom one with my head on
That's
it.
what I was gonna say. Is that a Slam Dunkin' Don just in human form? Dude, that's awesome.
So when he made the Mikey one, he made it where it was a Patrick Ewing New York Knicks jersey because they're from New York.
Yeah.
He made me a Jordan Bulls jersey. This is like a one of one, and he's holding the turtle head right by his waist. If you can see it.
Yeah. As a best, jeez.
And then I have to fix the magnet because the magnet loosened. I got to just tighten it up with some super glue. But he's holding just a pizza box as well, dude.
Oh my god, dude! That is
but yeah, check out, dude. Ember Twist. The dude's from Sweden. He's insane, dude. Like creating the complete art. He's printing everything. Like please take a look, dude. His shit is nuts.
Please drop me the DM in our Instas after we're done here for that combo. I guess real quick, just again, how awesome is that we just the Turtle fan base, again, I probably be a little prejudiced, but I've never seen so many givers in any community ever, and we all love and support one another. So man, I don't want to ask you for a favorite creator, but you've already spat out about like 10 people, just how you come together and bring love to the world, dude. That's why Turtles, it's just a magical, again, just reflecting on 100 episodes here. I've talked to so many people. It's just, what a great way to find joy in life. Did you ever think just a little turtle would bring so much love to people for over 40 years now? I mean, this hasn't gone. The only, somebody said this in a Twitter post years ago. The only generation that missed out on this were our parents because they didn't know what the hell a Ninja Turtle was. But every other generation since then has been able to experience some sort of Turtles.
Some version of it, dude. Absolutely. And like you said, for people giving, like this whole top shelf, dude, right here.
Who's that? Red Leonardo. Man, you got some sick
those, dude. Those are all this whole top shelf here. I'm sorry, I can't even tilt my.
Yeah, I got most. I can see most of it here.
That's all custom NinjaToitles stuff, dude. Like that people have offered, like, dude, I want to make you something. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, for people to appreciate the color scheme of the neon pink turtle, the neon green bandana, that's what has blown my mind the most about this whole experience is how many people have reached out and been like, dude, I want to make you something, or hey, I did this in your color scheme. I'd love to send it to you. Like that, I am beyond humbled for that.
Real quick, actually, we'll bounce back. What made you choose that color for your Toitles? You said orange was your favorite color, but why like the purplish, pinkish?
Yeah, dude. I've always been obsessed with the early 90s aesthetic of just neon colors and windbreakers is the first thing I think of, and anything else I always saw people make is they always kept the turtle green, but they would change the bandana to maybe a lighter blue or a black, just all these different shades of colors. Where I was like, dude, no, I'm going to make the turtle something completely different. And getting, trying to get a neon, a hot pink going. And
those Adidas, those bombastic Adidas colors. They always have those nice standout colors. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, dude.
All right. This was almost on a little pinch of painful because it's hard to pick just 5 Mikeys. And the other ones I've been doing are pretty easy. But for 5 here, number 5 is going to be the original movie for me, Mikey. Just I pretty much any list I have is going to have the 90s Turtles. They are just done so well by Steve Barrett. Everybody, Robbie Riss with the voice. He's got his comedic tone. He's got his serious tone. I was blessed to be on Epic Tales from the Sewers talking with you, Justin, and a couple other friends of ours just talking that. So that one's my number 5. Who do you got? You're leading off yours at number 5.
All right, so we're going down. We're going.
Yeah. Save the best for last. Yeah.
My number 5 is Mikey from the Last Ronin comic book. I was so excited that he was, spoilers. I mean, we've had time to read this, I think.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Obviously showed in the first issue. I just remember kind of being I was crossing my fingers because I was like, man, that's the first turtle they ever drew. I'm like, it's got to be him. But in reality, in my head, I was like, dude, I bet it's Raph. It's got to be Raph, dude. I don't know what it was. I was sold on that. And then even when it said Mikey at the end of the first issue, I was like, I bet it's not. This is either a dream sequence. This is something that just doesn't add up. And then realizing it was him, I was like, holy shit, dude. I'm locked in even more than I was before.
What I love about that too is a lot of people, me included, was I was talking to my buddy Roman. I'm like, it's got to be Mikey. He was the first turtle. And what was great is a lot of fans, even though they were passionate Donnies, Leos, and Raphs, I never really read anywhere on social media. There's always, oh, this movie sucks or what. It's I never heard any backlash of Michelangelo being the chosen last Ronin, which just is really cool as well. So I'm with you on the Ronin. He's up there for me too. Spoiler alert. But yeah, one more. And it was just such a great character development. Now, there are talks of a movie being made. So I guess if you were the director of this, what would you change, if anything, to make this a movie instead of from the comic realm?
I mean, dude, if it can happen, I'd be so shocked if Nickelodeon would give a thumbs up on this kind of thing. With them, I think, owning all the rights. I believe they still do. So, I mean, dude, it has to be, it can't be just a little dark, dude. It's got to be as dark and as gritty as possible, dude. This is not for the kids. This is for the fans, that we are well over 18 years old. We can see a rated R movie. It's got to be dark. It's got to be bloody, dude. It's got to feel like the 1990 movie, but again, rated R. I feel it's got to be rated R. I mean,
Yeah.
It's even PG-13. They just maybe keep this, I don't know, the swearing down, but they keep the violence like up at the border. Like it could have so much potential. And I think people who aren't even huge turtle fans or who don't even are maybe not even caught up would still enjoy the movie, I think.
Yeah, like a Dark Knight type feel. I mean, I would think this might be one of the few turtle things where we see, besides the comics, where we're gonna see turtles bleed. You know, they got to have some sort of blood, so you know, some sort of, you know, oozing out of their, you know, skin, something. So yeah, I fingers crossed it delivers the way the comic did, because like you say, what a great way for the two original guys who brought us turtles to come back together and work on this piece too. How crazy is that? You know, this is 30 plus years and they still know how to deliver because it's their babies.
Yeah, dude. Like they're just as much. And then the people that are under their wing now, you know, like your Ben Bishops and all these other artists who are just making some of the coolest stuff we've ever seen.
Oh, they knock it out of the park. I'm doing a lot of reading of Tales of the TMNT for the first time. Those early 2000 ones. God, those stories so freaking good. I just finished I'm breaking them down with TMNT Dare Talk. I just read the number 9 that was Michelangelo with Clunk. I don't know if you read that one yet.
I don't think I have, no.
Oh, I won't spoil it then, because it's an emotional one. I'll send you a link on where you can hopefully get it from Amazon or whatnot to check it out.
Okay,
so,
awesome. I appreciate it.
Good read.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to number 4. Now, number 4, I mean, 2003. You cannot have, maybe you could, but when you're talking top 5 turtles, this has to be on there. I mean, he is the Battle Nexus champion, which nobody, I don't even think I didn't, as a Michelangelo fan, saw coming when I actually got to watch this when it was live on TV with episodic weekly shows. And dude, this Mikey's great. We get to see his nunchucks a lot more than the 87 show. His humor's there. He can still deliver. Just, I don't really know what else to say, but I was just thrilled that he won the Battle Nexus Championship. Who do you got at number 4?
Well, that's funny, dude. If there's a version of the Turtles that I know nothing about, dude, it's the 03, like 04 Turtles.
Yeah.
Like, that's right. I remember it coming back, but like I wasn't sold on it coming back. Like I was like, whatever, I'm not going to probably watch it. But my number 4, but again, I have a lot of opportunity to learn about that version.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Mikey from the Batman versus TMNT animated movie. Dude, I had the absolute honor. I had Jake Castorina. He's the director of that movie. We did an Instagram live together years ago.
Wow.
And it was funny. He told me at that time he was working on a project, but couldn't tell me what it was. And then he hit me up a month later and he goes, it's X-Men 97. Like that was like his baby. So like this dude's amazing, super down to earth, like super awesome guy. But so just shout out to Jake for the movie that he made with Batman versus TNT. But dude, I also grew up on 89 Batman, dude, like Michael Keaton, Tim Burton, like obsessed, dude. So to see Mikey like bust chops with Batman and with like Alfred, like I was just like, I was like, how is this happening right now, dude? And I just, again, I think they did a great job with their art in that movie. Like it was so different. And the Easter eggs in that movie as well. Just again,
doing the nunchuck swinging just like the original cartoon. I was marking out for that. The napkins, what for, from the Secret of the Ooze. Shredder jumping down in slow motion.
That's my favorite one, dude. When Shredder jumps down the warehouse, I was like, if nobody else knows what's going on right now except me. Like I was watching with a couple of buddies who were like fans, but not like obsessed like I probably am.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally, dude.
No, I agree all the way. That one's going to be on my list too. Just I mean, talk about it now just because he makes Batman smile. Who else does that? Only Mikey could do that.
It's so true, dude.
So I love that spot too. Number 3 for me is also The Last Ronin. That's another one where if you're talking top of the top Mikeys, this has to be on your list. I mean, again, this is 30 plus years down the road. He's the main star. He's the sole survivor, and I really enjoy his character development. I mean, he learns all his skills of all his brothers. He talks to him all the time in his head with his meditations. He's scared too, you know, like you feel like, again, for us Mikey fans, I want to say it's easier to get emotionally invested in something when you're watching on the TV. I got emotionally invested reading this comic, man, this whole series. And it's phenomenal how it's still carrying on with evolution and, you know, going down the road. But Mikey in that, it was just like you said, when you first read that, it was Mikey on that last one. It's like one of those moments that it's a photographic memory snapshot. You know, like you remember your first kiss, your first love, your graduation. This is something that you'll never forget where it's just, you know what I mean? At least
that, dude. That's awesome. I love that, dude.
So, yeah, that was my number 3. How about yours, Joe?
Let's see here. Number 3, I think I put down, I put 2012, the Greg Sipes Mikey. Dude, again, I think every single episode, this is when I really started to realize, like, the people now in 2012 are who are making these turtles were fans of the original. And that, when I was like, wow, you have the right people now making it, because every episode has some kind of Easter egg referring to something, old cartoon, video game, whatever, toys. Like, they knew how to throw that in there. And Greg Sipes, that guy's so witty. He's so quick, dude. And he maybe even should have been like number 2 for me, but like,
it's hard.
That's a time when I was like, dude, I go, this might really bring Turtles back, because I thought 2012 was like the perfect addition. And I haven't even finished it. I think I still have like half a season to go. And I don't know why I never finished it, but yeah, I just was like, dude, I think Turtles is in like really good hands at this point, seeing the 2012 version.
Well, finishing the season, you've had to at least seen a crossover episode, right? The Bebop and Rocksteady, where they come back again.
I've seen clips, but I have never seen the full episode.
Oh boy! All right. Well, I mean, I don't want you to leave the show right now, but that is a must watch by this weekend.
Dude, I will do that, dude. I'll jump on Paramount
must watch for this weekend, just to hear the old voices again. I mean, you get Mikey 87 Mikey and 2014 Mikey, or 2012 twice. You had that crossover earlier, and they all come again for about a full hour, and it is just you are so right. I just wrapped up doing the season by season breakdown of this show, and giving it a second, go around. What more can you want in a show? You have celebrity voice. I mean, did you ever think Louis Black would be in a turtle cartoon? Jesse the Body Ventura. All these names.
Every episode. Yeah, it's like some big name, dude. And even to have what's his name, Corey Feldman, dude, play Slash.
Yes.
Like, I remember being like, why does Slash sound so familiar? And I was like, oh my god, dude, what a mind screw on that one, dude. Like, I'm like, wait, that's Donnie.
And I also enjoyed Michelangelos because he was, again, to what close to my number 1 is, mellow, but when the chips were out, he was still competent. I don't think either of us are going to see Michael. We only got 2 spots left here. You're not going to see Michael Bay's Mikey on here, because I just did not like that one at all.
That's my number 1, dude. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Like, what kind of, I know, just maybe somebody does, but just he was too. Let's just go to my number 2, because this is where I have Batman TMNT Mikey, because I'm very partial to my Mikey. This is me. This is my guy. It's like my dog. I love my Michelangelo. I'm very picky. Like pizza. I love pizza, but I'm picky with certain toppings. And
you got to make sure they do it right. I get it, dude.
Yeah, especially with this one, because this was when we were going backwards. We had 2012 was bopping, but we had the Michael Bay not once but twice, and it's like, dude, Mikey just screws up everything in these movies. He did not do anything good. Maybe if you like that elevator scene where he's doing MC Mikey, okay. I didn't like the jokes. They were really put off. He tried like forcing himself to fit in. Just, if you want to talk about Michael Bay, you can say Donatello's glasses, I guess, was an inspiration, because we've seen the glasses on Donnie and a couple other realms, but that Mikey didn't cut it. And this Batman movie the comic was great too, but the movie kind of resurrected. And I was like, this is exactly how Mikey should be done. He's fangirling pretty much the entire time there, but can still hold his own, makes Batman smile. The voice actor, I don't know his name. I know he was in Saturday Night Live, does a phenomenal job with his voice. I mean, what more do you want? And he kicks butt too. He's the hero, like on more than one occasion, with saving everybody. So,
dude, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I agree with you with the Michael Bay, because
it was.
I think a lot of times they say, "Oh, Mikey's like silly and like dopey or whatever," and I'm like, chill a little bit. But with the Michael Bay, I feel like they made him like an idiot, and I was like, dude, that's right. That's not him, dude.
I mean, even in like.
Everyone can get picky, but I agree with you, dude.
Yeah, and even like I'm on Shellanomics, we're getting our own Shellanomics. We live in some stuff that because I'd like to cover everything in Turtles from start to finish. I even went back and I actually like the Next Mutation better than the Michael Bay. Next Mutation, I know, is not the greatest. We all know that hardcore fans who grew up, we understand. But at least in that show, I know you probably haven't watched it. He had his own like how we do a podcast. He had his own radio show, so he still has some character development there. So it wasn't as bad. Like he didn't really do much in that show, but compared to this, that Michael Bay, it was just, and they screwed up not once but twice. So you had a chance to redeem yourself, and you totally blew it. Like Billy Madison says, you blew it.
That's good. I love that reference, dude. You blew it. Dude, I probably say that like once every other day. It's part of my vocabulary. You blew it.
That's pretty much how I felt there. So who we got coming at? We have Alpha Omega. Who's your Omega with number 2?
Number 2 is 87 Mikey, dude. Like I said, that's, that was my first introduction to Mikey. I just loved that all he would talk about is pizza. He was just about kicking butt, and then he just had fun. And like I said, the color orange was my favorite at the time. So I was like, that was the cherry. But yeah, dude, that's just what hooked me from the beginning. I was like, man, if one of these 4 can like always have a good time no matter what's going on, I always thought that was like the coolest character.
Do you have a favorite episode or favorite memory?
Dude, man, it's funny. I met Rob Paulson, right, who played Raphael, and I met him that same year at C2E2, and I was like, man, this is really feeling like sentimental because I don't know if you remember. I mean, back in the day, area by like I don't know if you're familiar with like Schurz High School.
Carl Schurz?
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Yeah.
So right over by like Milwaukee and Addison was like it was called Six Corners, and there used to be a Blockbuster there. Oh, and that's the one, dude, that like I lived at as a kid. That you'd rent the FHE, you'd rent the VHS tapes, and dude, you'd play them for like 5 days straight, dude. Like I just remember, and it was maybe 2 episodes on a tape. So I just remember that, dude, like watching those episodes over and over and never getting bored with it, dude, and just like probably analyzing the hell out of it at the time, even as a little kid, but I think just watching those VHS tapes, dude, and the ones from like Burger King, those were like the best of times for me.
And what's great about those two, as we talked about on Justin's podcast with the first movie, you had the option to fast forward theme songs and ending credits. I never skipped the intro and I never skipped the ending. I watched that tape all the way to the end, even when they have promos for new toys and new commercials in the movie. So I'm with you on that. I guess we'll just go into my number 1, and it is the 1987 Mikey as well. I know Secret of the Ooze didn't make it. 2012 didn't make it. None of the comics besides Last Ronin made it, but this is my number 1. It's pretty much what Michelangelo is all about. Now I'm talking more about focusing on season 1, where he actually uses his nunchucks. He's more of a mellow dude in there. He can still kick butt, fights great, and I just love his upbeat attitude. There are so many episodes in there that are great. Even if a lot of people don't like the Red Sky, there's a real good episode about Mikey in there where they want him to pay attention and stay focused, and he loses that. So he's got a good episode there. Like you say, we could probably talk for another 5 hours about so many great Michelangelo moments in that show, but just a couple that stand out for me is I always watch his birthday episode. My birthday is 11/29. I've been doing that since I was 18, back when you had internet, but you didn't have, this episode, Mikey's birthday, was not on a DVD yet. You had to buy them from either somebody who made pirated ones and whatnot. So I found that on a VHS tape, somebody was selling all the episodes. So starting at 18 until, 40 now, so a good 30-plus year tradition. I always watch Michelangelo's birthday. It's one of the dopiest episodes out there because that's when it was really getting bad, because they forget his birthday and they plan a surprise party. But it's just a way to get the good vibes going. And talk about motivation. You got that Rat King Leatherhead moment. Remember where the turtles split up and they go against each other 2-on-2? And Michelangelo gets so pissed when the garbage is on his pizza, and he just owns everybody. He beats party poopers and just beats the snot out of them all.
He flips out, yeah.
Mount Crashmore is on. I mean, it's like, that's the Michelangelo I love, because I'm like that in real life. I'm easygoing, but if you push me, I get the job done. That's just how it is.
Makes sense, dude. Makes sense.
So, all right, we're coming to the end here. What is your number 1 of all the Mikeys out there?
Number 1, dude, is the 1990 TMNT movie Mikey, dude, with the Robbie wrist, dude. I remember like 15, 20 minutes into the movie, I was just like looking around like, dude, that's my boy. Like, it just like solidified like my love for Mikey as a character, just knowing him from the cartoons and then going to the movie. And I remember like, even when he was like funny, doing the whole like nunchuck off with the foot soldier, the fellow chucker, and seeing the theater laugh as a kid, I was like proud of it, dude. I was like, this is what I've been trying to tell you all for years. This is the coolest show, and the cool, Ninja Turtles is awesome, and this is why he's my favorite without saying that stuff out loud.
Yeah.
It was just cool to see others react to it. And I'm thinking like, yeah, dude, this is why I've liked it the whole time, dude. And it's a movie that I probably watch at least like once a month, dude, if not more. So it never gets old to me.
Yep, that's when anytime I was sick, I throw it on. If I'm in a good mood, I throw it on. If I was depressed, that was, people drink beer, I watch Turtles to help me cope. I've done that before for an escape. I mean, and his character in there is just phenomenal. He gets pissed, he's the one with the punching bag, guys. That ain't Raphael or Leo. That's Mikey in there bopping away, pissed off that Splinter's gone. And like you said in the podcast we did with Justin, He's the one yelling on the rooftop. They just had to put in Raphael's voice because they thought there'd be backlash from kids seeing Mikey, up there yelling. I thought it would have been great to hear Robbie Rist yell that vocal Splinter.
Yeah, dude. I that's funny. I didn't hear that part about kids getting upset for it.
I wonder if because
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was just a mistake.
Yeah,
is that the red one or the orange? That's the red one, dude. He just yelled Splinter. We'll be fine. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the way it went.
I didn't know it until I got older. Like, I didn't catch that until I got older because again, it's just like it's got to be Raph up there.
Yeah, but it's funny because I was on another podcast and I really wish I could remember who said this, but they pointed out how Mikey hides his feelings the whole movie. And I never thought about that, right? Like even Donnie asking him when the pizza gets there, he's like, oh, what do you think about Splinter, saying this, not having him? Dude, Mikey doesn't even acknowledge it. Like he hides away from it the whole time until they do that meditation, at the farm. And I was like, man, I never thought about that. And again, the people who made this, like, obviously they're not thinking as deep as we are, 35 years later, and not knowing how cool of a movie they were making and how big it would be, 30 years later. But I just love when people have these like different takes on things and just a different perspective and a different way of looking at it.
Yeah, it's always going to be, it's always, to me, again, we're Chicago. It's always going to be the Michael Jordan of Ninja Turtle media, in my opinion. You're not going to find anything better. Maybe you'll get a Kobe Bryant or LeBron that can come close, like the 2007 movie I liked a lot, but it's just going to be really challenging to top that movie because, like you say, we watch it all the time, and I'm still finding new things thanks to the re-release. I'm seeing Bazooka Joe boxes in there. I'm seeing Burger King spots that I didn't see, Pepsi cans. It never gets old to watch. And doesn't he still make you laugh with he called me Mikey? I mean, is there a line that you're still dying at that he says in that movie?
Oh, dude, that's one of them, man. I gave Judith Hogue a NinjaToitles care package years ago, dude, and she was on an Instagram live once, and I posted. I should send you this reel.
Yeah,
she did an Instagram live, and I jumped on, and I was like, "Oh, hi, Judith," blah blah blah, and she goes, "Oh, Ninjatoitles, love you," and then like blows a kiss, and I was like, that was like my she called me Mikey moment. So I did a screen recording of that because later she posted it, and then I posted that scene from the movie. But yeah, I mean, just like again, I love being a turtle. Like I remember seeing the trailer, and luckily, I mean, it was a different voice in the trailer. Luckily, they went with Robbie. But I remember seeing that trailer being like just so hyped, dude, and just like this is going to be nuts. So I'm glad they kept that scene with him, almost getting his head chopped off. And then again, just him and Donnie skateboarding. Yeah, I mean, just the duo with him and Donnie, I think, is what solidified also my love for those two, especially. Donnie's definitely my number two.
Yeah, my brother and I used to read, again, as kids, obviously, you're going to reenact what you see. So me and my brother always used to do that spot, too derivative where they're fighting back and forth. And I got my little, I think I had my mom had some weird hangers back then. It almost looked like nunchucks. So I was always trolling that thing. I was like a double-sided hanger type thing. So that's how I'd reenact that back in the day. And our boy lasted the longest against Shredder. I know Leo cut him, but, technically speaking, guys, Mikey's voice is the longest up there.
And he's blind. He's kicking ass at the farm, blindfolded, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Nobody ever talks about that, dude.
Yep. No, that's a phenomenal choice. So as we slowly bring this in for a landing, NinjaToitles, my man Joey, where can people find you if they want to get more Ninja Turtle goodness?
Yeah, dude. I'm living on Instagram. Instagram's definitely number one. Like I have a YouTube channel, TikTok. I'm not on those nearly as much, but Instagram at NinjaToitles, NinjaToitles, and then I have an online store, dude. Lots of cool pins for sale right now. I have some t-shirts on there, some other goodies. But again, I'm working with so many amazing artists throughout the world that have a passion. They share the love for turtles just like I do. So if you see anything you like, feel free to pick it up, NinjaToitles.com.
All right. And then two other questions for you. One, how are you going to celebrate? One day it is going to happen. I'd say a good, cool goal would be to get to that 100K on Instagram. You're getting closer and closer. So how are you going to celebrate that?
Dude, I want to try to do like the most like epic giveaway like possible. That's like the plan. And I'm trying to figure out how to do like maybe 5 people win. And it's like, I don't even know. I want to do it right. But like I have stuff that I've been putting, like every pin I've been making, dude, I have put like 2 or 3 away in a bag and I don't look at it again. So like stuff that people ask me for all the time or they want me to reprint that I'm not going to reprint. Like that's part of my plan for the 100K for like a giveaway. I haven't shared this with anyone. I bought 2 Technodromes from Amazon. I'm like, I'm going to throw a Technodrome in there. for a giveaway. But again, I've also been, like I said, able to work with so many dope people that I'm hoping to partner with those artists and see if they want to contribute anything to a giveaway as well.
Yeah.
But that's the plan, dude. Try to give back as much as I can to all the fans and all the followers for sure.
It's a good way to go, my guy. Never forget who brought you to the dance. That's a good way to go. All right. One final question for those who made it this way here. Joey and I are both from Chicago, so we're going to appreciate any comments you guys can leave on this video. We want to get our own Shellanomics here. Let's talk pizza for a while. I'm going to throw out a couple pizza places that people may not know, and I'd like you to shoot me some. I'm going to write them down because I am going to start getting some pizza again in October. So for me, I've got Kaluta's Pizza by me on Harlem. Very, very good bacon pizza. We've got a Father and Son that's a little bit farther away, but they have very good thin crust. I also would say, what's another one? I wanted to at least give you 3. I'm trying to think of just one more. Nino's, and Nancy's. Those are my 4, mom and pop shops. So if you got any, feel free to spit them out. I'm going to write them down because I'm going to get them one day.
Nice.
So who do you got on your side? You got to at least have 1 or 2 you can share. I know, again, we're both pizza guys. So
one of my favorite, I don't know if you've had Professor Pizza, dude.
No, that's why I figured I'd ask you. We're both from Chicago, dude. So this is a bonus here. I didn't even
Professor Pizza, dude. That's what's up, man. Okay. And he's right connected to I think I don't know which improv it is, but they're basically connected. Like their doors connect to an improv club. So there's a lot of stand up that's you can dude, get some food and then go see some comedy afterwards. But Professor Pizza, dude, making different styles,
nice.
He's insane, dude. He's my number 1 on my list right now.
Okay.
Out here in the Northwest Burbs, man. I'm a huge fan of Mugs. MUG, I think it's MUGS, not
I've heard it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Mugs or Mugaveros, dude. That's one of my personal favorite. And then if people are trying to play it not real safe, but I still love it to this day, is Lou Malnati's, dude. That's one of my favorites, no matter what. And then my wife and I, honestly, we've been obsessed with Jets Pizza, which is Detroit style.
That's a dark horse, really. Is it like Pizza Hut franchise, right? Or
yeah, but they're super small though, I believe, at least out here.
Okay.
I don't think there's many of them, man, but they're Detroit style pizza. We literally just had some tonight. My wife picked up my daughter from soccer practice. She's like, I got some pizza, and it was Jets, and I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm ready for this.
Oh, you can never have a bad day with pie. All right, so Rosario's, I'm going to throw back at you. If you're in that's another good one. Third guy. Yeah. Can never go wrong. I had to ask that since we're both in Chicago. All right, Joey, final question for you, my man, as we bring this in for a true landing. What is your favorite Michelangelo quote of all time? Could be from the movie, anywhere. I know just to pick one for a little quick zinger here.
Dude, wise man says forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza, dude.
Perfect. All right, Joey, we love you. We appreciate all you do for us Ninja Turtle fans out there. Keep it up with the pins, and can't wait to celebrate 100K on Instagram with you soon, boss.
Dude, thank you so much for this opportunity, man. I had a blast, brother. Thank you.
Another episode of Shellanomics is in the books. If you guys have not yet checked out all of our other amazing episodes, we've had amazing guests. We've talked about the 1987 cartoon, 2003 cartoon, Next Mutation, coming out of their shells, video games, the comics, crossover comics like Batman and the Power Rangers, and tons of amazing content with you guys, the fans. Be sure to stop by our YouTube channel, Spotify, and Twitch. And if you have somebody who'd like to be on the show, get in touch with us at kingmikedas@gmail.com. That's KINGMIKEDAS@gmail.com.